Okay, as promised, the first paragraph of the beautiful story. In the beginning, there was integrity, fulfillment, and joy. And all was so well and good with it that it desired to overflow. It said to itself, without word or thought, being truly that which is, being simultaneously potential and actuality, initiative and action, let me speak myself in a perfect word, one which flawlessly reflects my every aspect. Hence it uttered itself in a sign so seamless as to equally manifest itself in every detail and fullness, thus fathering the Word. With this origination, yet another essence invariably sprang forth, one which illustrates the infinite and profound attraction between Father and Word, hence the supreme spirit of love. Thence, therefore, the reality of Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, which even in its triune dynamic was ever and eternally existent, perfectly unified in one nature and immutably singular, such that the unfolding of these very words are beneficial only for the finite mind in order to struggle up best understanding of triune, eternal, and one God. This is the first paragraph, and this paragraph deals with the internal nature of the Trinity. In Genesis, it is written that God said, let us create man in our image. And this is used to refer to the fact that God is triune in nature, almost like a community, three persons in one singular, immutable, that's unbreakable, reality. But God is three persons in the one nature of God. And this is my way of artistically presenting how the Trinity unfolded, but then again didn't unfold, because it always was. The reason why this had to be presented in a manner of unfolding is because of our finite human mind, which is based in time. Time is a function of change, of evolution, and our mind had to have this concept of God's triune nature presented in an unfolding way. In the beginning, there was integrity, fulfillment, and joy. This is just meant to express that there was always a fullness in God. Everything that is perfect was there from the beginning. And creation resulted from God's desire to well up, to overflow. Similar to my my poem on Uncreated, where I'd say, well up, even with the welling up of He that welled you forth, if so. God created the world, beings, and everything else in order to overflow, because He had such fullness and goodness. So integrity, fulfillment, and joy. It could have been any other words representing fullness or perfection. Then God spoke Himself. The Father of the Trinity spoke Himself in a word that reflected His every aspect. The Father of the Trinity is potential. the Word is actually the manifestation of that potential. The Word, which is Christ, is the manifestation of all the fullness of the Father. So Christ said in the scriptures, when you look at me, you see the Father. Not that he was saying he is the Father, but that he was saying that he is the manifestation of every fullness in the Father. And then, when the Father spoke himself in the Word and manifested his potential in all of his fullness in the Word, the third person of the Trinity spiraled forth. This is really Catholic teaching, but I believe I grasp it, and so I'm trying to present it to you all. The Spirit of the Trinity spiraled forth to represent that attraction between Father and Word, between the attraction of, the best son that you can have as a father or a parent is one that reflects everything in you perfectly, considering that you are perfect. But that love that you would have for your child, that perfectly reflects your will and your desires and everything of you, becomes almost like a third entity, the Spirit. And there is therefore an internal love affair in God. And we, as created beings, are called to partake in that. All of creation is called to partake in this internal love affair of God. This is the great destiny of us all. And I think I'll leave those commentary for the first paragraph. Okay?